What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Project Diablo 2. Like this video if you will, subscribe to the page, hit that bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And blessings to my patrons. Links in the description below. So I know it's been a hot minute since I've posted PD2, but I have been playing it quite a bit. And I've been testing out various bows for my Amazon. I made a second Amazon. It goes by the name of Ice Fox, level 80. A boson. Now, I was kind of against a multi-shot Amazon because I just didn't like what they did with the spread. Or not the spread, but the range. As you can see here, the arrows, they don't go very far and then they poof. You see that? You kind of catch up with them. So I strayed away from it for a long time. But with that being said, I decided to try out Strafe. And then from there, I was like, oh, what the hell? Maybe I'll just put a couple points in a multi-shot. Because Strafe can get annoying when you have enemies surrounding you, because you're just all over the place and you don't really get a lot done. Strafe works out best when, of course, they're in a line, and then you can continually pierce them and all of your procs apply to every arrow, unlike multi-shot and so forth. But now I'm trying a sort of Strafe / multi-shot hybrid. I'll show you the gear in just a minute. There's a new bow I'm actually using that has a very nice mod on it. Check this out. I'm actually spawning ravens. See this? Ooh, Rollstone Shard. And a Tomahawk. But yeah, you spawn ravens on hits. So you're this Amazon, and you're like a freaking ranger. You have you can have up to 15 ravens following you around. Now, do they do a lot of damage? I don't really know. Let's find out. Let's see them poke some of these guys. It's hard to tell. My mercenary's doing a lot of damage. I think the ravens killed a couple of those. Let's see if they can get these guys. Get the little guys. Mercenary's just obliterating. Look at this, the mercenary's even casting Hydra. Because I have a staff on him. This is a new mercenary in Project Diablo 2. An Act 4 mercenary. But this staff actually casts skills, is what they're enabled to do now, on casting. Not just on striking, like we're used to things casting a skill on striking. But in Project Diablo 2, it can be on casting. So this thing, for example, the Salamander, the unique battle staff, something that we would never touch. But now it kind of takes the place of Leaf almost. It's very nice. And it has a 20% chance to cast a level 14 Lesser Hydra on casting. So it's probably a bit dated at this point where it's not very helpful, but even with that being said, I think it's still worth it. But check out this bow and arrow. Freaking Eaglehorn in a Crusader bow, as we all know it. Only it's been buffed, you know, because it's a bow that we would just never use. I mean, bosons and regular D2 or D2R just pretty much suck big you-know-what. So you really don't use them unless you're just doing Players 1 difficulty and you have, like, godly gear. But that's not the case in Project Diablo 2. For one, your Valkyries are actually doing a lot of damage if you invest in them. So you're kind of like a summon boa hybrid if you want. You can also just be pure boa, but that's what I am in this iteration. I'm a summon boa hybrid. But nonetheless, it's an Eaglehorn Crusader bow, and this thing we slammed 5 sockets in. I think I traded for it. I lowballed the guy and he accepted the offer because he was like, do those ravens even do damage? And I kind of acted like they didn't, but nonetheless, I got the deal. And I put a bunch of shell runes in there and 1 Neff rune so it can get knockback on it. And just gives 2 to all skills. The ravens do plus 500 cold damage, and it's a 12% chance to cast a level 28 raven on striking. So they're not doing a ton of damage. But I mean, if you have 15 of them out, and they're each able to do over 500 cold damage each, you know, it's going to help out a little bit. They're just pecking the shit out of everything, basically. 60 IS with this thing, 230% enhanced damage roll. Max damage based on character level. Ignore target's defense, which is a very nice mod that Eaglehorn comes with, along with the attack rating based on character level. It can also just allow you to cast the ravens just if you want to. It's plus 10 to raven, so it's not as good as the one that it procs, which are level 28. So let's take a look. See, these are level 11. And they only do 500 to 511 cold damage each and 8 to 11 regular damage. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but you can cast them if you want to get yourself going. Other than that, as you're fighting, from what I found, you often have all 15 up just from the procs, and those are, of course, better ravens. Now, they're not that great, but they're worth something. And I have Teleport on Switch with Naj's Puzzle Staff, which actually recharges its teleports every couple seconds. So you don't have to constantly go to Larzok and waste a bunch of gold to repair it. But yeah, check this out. here's kind of the playstyle so far. It's not amazing, but it's getting there. And my mercenary cast amp damage. I'll show you the rest of her gear in just a moment. But here's what the chaos runs look like, and I've actually found a better bow that Drolak hooked me up with. Blessings to you, Drolak, one of my channel members. Appreciate you, man. It's Gold Strike Arch, which is a common bow, and you know it's not very expensive, but he upped it to a Hydra bow, and it shoots Fist of the Heaven on striking, which is actually viable in PD2 because it hurts both demons and undead, and just straight up does magic damage as well, I believe, so it can hurt everything. The holy bolts that come from it. But here's kind of what the cast run looks like with this. See, I'll multi-shot when there's a big cluster, and then I'll start strafing when I feel necessary. Like right here, I'll probably try to use strafe a little bit. And just look at how defensive it is with the knockback. She's not doing a ton of damage. But as mentioned, we're getting there. And she's far from optimal. And I should show you the armor she's wearing. It's a pretty sad armor. She's using Twitch Throw. Alright? Not even slammed. Not a good roll. So I could slam this thing if I wanted to. But I pretty much have better options hanging around. But I'm just using that. It looks good, and I don't feel like messing with it right now. The Circlet, which is nice. 2 damage on skill levels, 20 faster run walk. Some Mana Leech, which was slammed in it. Some all res. So very nice Circlet. I found a High Lord's Wrath. Just too afraid to slam it. Rare Arrows, 20 IES. So my breakpoint is, I'm at 147 IES. So with the Crusader bow, that's 8 attacks. That's 8 frames or something like that. The next one up is 292, so that's just a little high. Rite of Passage boots within this mod come with Cannot Be Frozen, so they're kind of useful. A Ravenfrost ring, a belt that's not very helpful. This and Laying of Hands, which have been nerfed a little bit, but I'm using them nonetheless. On Switch, there's Nadja's Puzzler. But yeah, then I just maxed out Strafe, and I've pumped a lot into Valkyrie. It doesn't show how much damage she does, but to check this out, here they are. Look at this, the Valkyries are killing this shit. Look at that, and they have some AoE to them. They cast small novas when they hit things. You could actually have another one out if you put on the Peace Armor. It allows you to summon an additional Valkyrie, in which case I'd have 3 out right now. And then if you max the skill out and get it with your gear to be past 30, you can actually have an additional one. So in total, you can have 4 Valkyries out at once with the Peace Runeward Armor. And without it, you can have 3, but I just don't have enough plus skills yet. She's at level 27, so I just got to get her to 30 with gear, and I can have 3 out. And I think that would be very helpful. But yeah, this mercenary is shooting Bone Spear and all that crap, and he's casting amp damage. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, this is a spiritual journey. This mod, it does allow you to really explore Diablo 2 and get into the nitty-gritty and min and max in your gear. You don't just find one Shaco and you're done. You know, you got to find Shaco and you got to slam it for a good mod. You got to find like 100 Shacos. You know, so just the depth of the item hunt is it just goes far. And there's a lot of things that are made viable. You know, like this, for example, this Eaglehorn bow. I mean, it's actually doing a decent job. It's not amazing. And here's my damage. Only 2,500 multi-shot damage. And about 4,100 strafe damage. Oh, and here's a map. That's another thing. They have endgame maps where you open those up as portals in Act 5, and they're usually just big open areas with a ton of enemies, or sometimes they're like they're caves or crypts or jungles, and it just has higher density of monsters and can be high level areas. And even the monsters can be modded to where they're more difficult to fight, but they give greater experience. So yeah, it allows for some endgame stuff like that. But if you guys are interested, I will showcase other bows with this Amazon. I wouldn't mind showing like the Gold Strike Arch, for example. I even have a Wind Force that I found. I couldn't believe I found it. I think it was in the pit. I'll show you the Wind Force in just a minute. Wind Force has been buffed. It shoots these nice twisters, kind of a reminiscence of the name. It shoots Twister, which knocks back enemies. And it, of course, has knockback embedded on it. And, of course, you can slam it like any other unique in PD2, where you can potentially get a 6-socketed Wind Force, but those are very, very expensive. Mine, I think I did slam it, and it was nothing special. It got like 3 mana per kill on the slam. And then I just socketed it with the hammer you can buy from Larzuk that'll just put 1 sock in it an item for a 500,000 gold. So you don't just have to make a new character just to go get the damn socket quest. For just one socket needs. For one socket needs, you can buy the damn hammer from them for 500 gold. And you can buy it as many times as you want. So it's very nice. Alright, there's the chaos. Now, yeah, it took forever. I mean, I was blabbling, obviously, so... Not the best run. Let's see what I found here. Junk, junk. Ooh. 5 magic find. Okay, I'll use that. Yeah, 2 sockets in that thing and knockback on it. Which you probably don't want on a melee item. Here we are, though. I'll try to kill Satan now. Even your Valkyrie, or even your duplicates, what are they called? The decoys, look at that. They even shoot. They're not doing that great of damage, but you can level up the skill. And they work as little, what do you call them? Like sentries or something. And I always liked that added stuff. So you can try to be a sort of hybrid Zodon. Here's Drolek right now. Let's out of hope. He probably doesn't care I'm wrecking. I'll tell him what the hell. Don't die, buddy. Ooh, Mage Fist. I'll show you his gear. Show your gear. I can't freaking type. Got one freaking arm I'm trying to deal with here. Got myself a little boo-boo again. Look at this. Yeah, see, he has this. He busts his ass playing this game, though. Look at that. 8% chance to cast level 40 Twister on striking. And then he filled this thing with Own Runes. So it's an 81 to 708 damage. Just ridiculous. Maybe I'll borrow that from him just to make a video one time. He got Pierce on his Laying of Hands. That's quite nice. BK Ring, a new ring added in this mod. Some enhanced damage. It's not all that great, but I mean, people like it for mid and max. And that nice belt, nice 20 IS on there. Interesting ring. Look at that. Gee whiz. Look at this guy. Fortitude. Ooh. Oh, it can go 300 damage now. I forgot that they bumped it up again. See, it ranges, though. So it's not, like, perfect always. Damn, that's a nice Fortitude. And then Giant Skull has Pierce on it now. Has damage on it now. And he even boasted it with jewels. I mean, it's a true hog. And look at that. He has an all-res High Lords. Hot damn. Yeah, what a nice on. But nonetheless, if you guys will like this video... subscribe to the page. Let me know if you want to see more on this Bozon. I just like the old art. See this? Like, she looks good. You know, this is the Amazon that we all remember. Run around with a bow. The voice matches the body and all that. It's just, this is all the old art. But, like the video if you will. Subscribe to the page. And I will see you in my next one. And let me know if you want to see more on this Amazon, all right? And I also could show off my Druid and my Necro that I have on PD2. So see you guys in a minute. Peace be with you.